Hi, my name is Natasha Capri. I'm in grade 12 of Brooklyn High School and I'm going to U of T next year for political science.
Hi, I'm Hamza and I'm currently fasting for the month of Ramadan.
Hi, my name is Zoya Khan. I'm in grade 12 at Brooklyn High School, and next year I plan on going to Ryerson University for business technology.
My name is Ali. I'm in grade 11. I'm originally born in Iraq and now I'm living in Brooklyn.
My name is Sarah. I'm in 9th grade at Brooklyn High School. I'm originally Egyptian, but I moved to Canada when I was 4 years old. I've kind of blended into the culture. My favorite thing to do in my free time is art, and I play soccer.
Hey, my name is Rosie Siddiqui. I'm a grade 12 student and I'm hoping to graduate this year. I play the alto sax and I'm hoping to go into a computer science or an engineering course next year for university.
So basically how it works is we wake up really early in the morning before sunrise. We have like a little breakfast to get us through the day, and then we go back to sleep. We would wake around, like, instead of 7 to eat breakfast, like 7:30, get ready for school, have our normal school day, and then we come back home, whatever extracurricular activities we have, we go to, and then we try to get back at like sunset before maybe by an hour so we can start preparing dinner. And then we have our iftar, we do our namaz prayers, and that's basically it. And then if you have homework or like other things you need to do, then we just manage our time.
For me, it's like knowing what I'm able to actually take on and what I'm not able to take on. So like maybe if there's like a sport going on right now, I have to like recognize, am I able to handle that, or so I don't really get overwhelmed with everything. And then also it's finding time to sleep after school because I'm usually really tired because of all the hours I miss at night. So then when I wake up, I can do homework.
Personally for me, Ramadan gets hard when you do have physical phys ed or any extracurricular sports. But personally for me, all my extracurricular activities are more school related, like DECA and mock trial, so I don't face those challenges and it just feels like a longer school day. But in general, to people who are in sports, I think it's way more difficult to maintain Ramadan.
I think my greatest obstacle would be keeping myself energized throughout the day because it gets kind of hard sometimes, especially when you're running around or when I have to go to work after school and all that.
I think the greatest obstacle is probably going to be the tiredness that comes with fasting. You know, the hunger isn't really something that sets in until like the final hour, but not having the energy that you get from eating breakfast, lunch, and just even snacks throughout the day, I think that's probably the hardest thing.
For me, the greatest obstacle is waking up in the morning both times at Sari, which is at around 3 a.m. and then again for school at 7 a.m. because continuously when you do it for like more days and as the days go on, it gets like tougher and tougher.
Well, I fast for the religious aspect for it, and then Islam we're taught that there are 5 compulsory things you need to do to become a Muslim, and one of them is fasting during the month of Ramadan. And we do it because it teaches us patience and also to feel grateful for all the things that God has given us.
Like a sense of community with your family, you get closer with your family because now there's like 2 times where you eat with your family. Like as a whole, there's iftar at dinner time where you get to eat with everyone, and then also like sari in the morning.
There's quite a few. I think one of the biggest ones I get is that I can't eat for the whole 30 days of Ramadan. So people think that I somehow managed to survive a whole month without food, which I wish I could, honestly, but I can't.
Probably that it's unhealthy for you. I can speak on behalf of like all 1.8 billion Muslims that that's not true at all. There's actually multiple studies to conclude that it improves your mental and physical well-being, improves like your cardiovascular health, like it reduces your appetite, detoxifies your body, and much more.
Not all Muslims fast all the time. You know, we're humans as well. We sometimes make decisions, but the entire point of Ramadan isn't simply about fasting, because you can do that at any time of the month. The point of Ramadan is being kind, being part of your community, showing compassion, and just overall being a great human being. And that shouldn't be specific to an entire month, but it's really emphasized to an entire month, so then we learn to use those skills much more efficiently.
probably when I actually get to eat dinner at the end of the day.
My favorite part is Iftar, when we get to open and finally eat with our families.
My favorite part of Ramadan is definitely the iftar, because obviously you get to break your fast. But I also like gatherings, because people are like, oh, why don't you come over for iftar this day? And then we were like, oh, why don't you guys come over? And then we meet at places, and it's really fun because you get to talk and break your fast with people you love.
My favorite part of Ramadan is probably Iftar. Iftar is just a great moment to be a part of a community. I know that when I used to live in Toronto, it was way easier than living in Brooklyn, because when you're living in Toronto, you have many more Muslims in the community, and Iftar and Ramadan itself is just a great way to connect with all your friends, since you have a common thing that you can all relate to.